Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and on today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that really wanted to feel more confident and comfortable sharing on social media. And they had a goal to some extent to build a significant audience that could perhaps lead to a different source of income or perhaps a different career trajectory. But in order to do that, they needed to get out of their own head. They were kind of overthinking and second guessing almost anything before they even did it. So this hypnosis session is designed to really help them feel comfortable and natural sharing things that they feel comfortable with. It's all about genuine stuff. This isn't a hypnosis session for you to feel like you can be a fake personality online and just make stuff up. It's about being congruent and authentic and genuine and sharing the type of things that you might feel other people can connect with. And when I was working with this client, I could really get a sense of familiarity because I've been running this podcast for about 5.5 years now. And I delayed starting it for many, many months for exactly the same kind of thoughts that this particular client had. What are people going to think? Are people going to like it? Who really cares? All of that kind of stuff. But what happened is when I started doing it for a reason for me and a reason for someone else, and the reason for me was a creative outlet, and the reason for someone else was I thought that even if just one person was positively impacted from my hypnosis sessions, then it would be worthwhile. And that was a very low bar, and that low bar gave me permission to just start sharing my hypnosis sessions. And at the point where I actually am recording this right now, in the last 2 days, there's been 2 significant milestones for the podcast. One is that the total downloads or streams for the podcast has just reached 12.5 million. And the second is that Spotify notified me that there is 50,000 followers following the podcast. And when I started, I would have no idea that it would connect with that many people in that way. But I managed to find a way to just feel comfortable sharing my hypnosis sessions in a way that felt authentic and real for me. So this is partly a hypnosis session for the client that I was working with, but it's also for anyone else that was like me 5.5 years ago that really feels like they've got something that they want to share, but they're not really sure if people are going to care or not, in which case this is for you. And if you like this kind of stuff, I would encourage you to click the show notes or the description, because in the description there's lots of free things. There's free downloads, a free course, even a free suitability test so you can figure out if hypnosis is right for you. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, check those out and you'll get some free stuff. For now though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close, your shoulders to drop, and your jaw to soften. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just allow your thoughts to slow down, as if this is a moment of stillness, a pause, not to retreat but to reconnect. And with each breath, you begin to release any noise, any opinions, any pressure, any overthinking or second guessing, because you don't need to prove anything right now. And you don't need to get it perfect. Just enable yourself to breathe in and breathe out. And just connect with who you are at your very core. And as you continue to breathe, I want you to imagine a space that feels comfortable. Maybe it felt comfortable from your past, but only after you got over that initial resistance. I want you to imagine a stage filled with instruments before the audience arrive. And I want you to observe yourself at a time when you were performing to a big audience. And I want you to see how natural, how calm, how effortless you seemed back then. Observe that version of you wasn't second guessing, wasn't concerned about anything other than just being in the moment, being authentic, and just performing. I want you to step into that memory of you and feel how good it feels to feel expressive, to feel that you can create value sharing the talents, the thoughts, the ideas. I want you to reconnect with that version of you. A version of you where no shits are given. I want you to get a sense that that version of you is completely aligned with sharing a message, albeit in a different way. So as you feel safe on that stage, just imagine an audience starting to fill the room, and yet you feel quiet, safe, and powerful. And in this place, self-doubt and overthinking completely loses its grip. With every breath, you drift deeper into comfort, a sense of inner stillness, a kind of confidence that doesn't need attention because it's rooted, grounded, and real. And what if you are tuning in to that version of you, the version of you that is done waiting, done hesitating, done overthinking, the version of you that simply shows up? And I want you to get a feeling of how good it would feel to share a message, a story, a moment that is completely authentic and real and natural for you. And maybe you're filming yourself, or taking a picture, or writing a comment. But I want you to get a sense that you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start. And what if that starting point is already in the past? What if you've done the hardest thing, which was breaking the inertia? And now you're there. It's all about changing what you do, how you do it, until you feel completely authentic and in alignment. I want you to imagine the stage remains the same, but now imagine the audience is replaced with giant screens that represent different social media platforms. And maybe there's a primary one, perhaps Instagram, but maybe there's others that you can repurpose content, maybe TikTok or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube Shorts. Just get a sense that the size of these screens will be proportionate to how important you feel they might be in connecting with a potential audience. The most important will be the largest, and all the other screens will be smaller. And I want you to get a sense that I will give you direct suggestions to your subconscious mind to feel comfortable sharing whatever content you feel is authentic and real. And whether it's valuable or not is not for you to decide. It's for an audience. So allow these suggestions to take root into your beliefs, your instincts, and perhaps even your identity. You give yourself full permission to express yourself exactly as you are. And you no longer need to wait for everything to be right. Give yourself permission to create through action. Allow yourself to start with what feels easy and allow momentum to build naturally. And you are sharing from a place of generosity, not validation. It's about what you're giving, not what you're getting. So release any echoes or buried fears of judgment, and instead trust your intention, the growth, and any possible opportunities that may come. And I want you to get a sense that we can distort time. The beginning stages always feel like the more daunting, but over time, I want you to get a sense that even if the first few times that you post a live bit of content, or a pre-recorded video, or something outside of what feels comfortable, the first few times could be uncomfortable. But start to believe that the 77th time will be completely natural and free of any discomfort or hesitation at all. And you are consistency away from feeling safe being seen. And although there may be some discomfort, isn't anything difficult, challenging, or new a little uncomfortable to begin with? Consider this a little like wearing some new shoes. You've got to wear them in a bit before they feel comfortable. But the more you post, the more comfortable you will feel. And when you do experience discomfort, you can welcome that as proof of your expansion, progress, and development. You will develop a deep belief, possibly a conviction, that the more you share, the more comfortable you become. And any elements of imposter syndrome is like a fading echo. You get to own your voice, your story, your message, your narrative. And there is no wrong way to express your truth and your life and your experience. I want you to feel that your words, your insights, don't have to be interesting, entertaining, or valuable to everyone. But I want you to think of always the one person that may benefit from whatever message you're sharing. Hold them in mind. The rest don't matter. I want you to imagine yourself in the very near future and see yourself creating content or documenting key elements of your life without overthinking. See yourself trusting your instincts and no buyer's remorse. You will own whatever you post. And if it doesn't get that much traction, that's just a learning experience. So imagine that future version of you owning whatever you post, learning from anything that doesn't quite get the response you want. But I want you to feel that the more uncomfortable or hesitant you are in posting something that the world or perhaps just a community will see, is actually assisting you in breaking the very foundations of that discomfort. Because every post that you post is a step toward that evolved identity that you're becoming. And I want you to feel there is a big distinction between performance and pretending to be someone that you're not, and documenting who you really are. So imagine seeing that future version of you expressing in a state of flow, almost second nature, that when a stream of consciousness comes, an interesting insight or something you wish to share, you're able to just pick up a camera and record. And in doing so, see that future version of you feeling lighter, freer, and most of all, more unapologetic every time that you create, post, or publish. And I want you to imagine that each of these suggestions is like a seed taking root in your subconscious mind, or like a key fitting perfectly into a door lock that opens your creative freedom. And I want you to imagine yourself perhaps 1 or 2 months from now. And I want you to observe yourself sitting down or doing something, but you're about to share something. And this time you can observe that there's no tightness in your chest, no lump in the throat, no hesitation or overthinking, just a calm, relaxed smile. You record, you speak, you publish, you share, and it feels natural. No need to overthink or over-explain. No fear of too much or not enough. I want you to get a sense that this version of you is just documenting your life. And I want you to get a sense of a mantra. People that get your vibe become your tribe. And therefore you don't want everyone to be interested in the content that you share. In fact, you want some people not to like the very things that you post, because their lack of engagement means that they are not your audience. I want you to feel that even a small community of people that love what you do and how you explain it becomes very valuable, and that community can grow over time. I want you to get a sense that you could imagine that even if just a few people change their life in some meaningful way because of the content that you've shared that gave value, inspiration, or insight to their life, then it's all worthwhile. And who cares if a few people criticize from the sidelines? You are someone that's doing, not commenting or watching, but doing. And in doing so, you're expanding your comfort zone with every time that you record and publish. And before long, your creativity is becoming stronger. Your desire to take risks, that courage is growing. And the best part is that you feel good, not because of what people say, but because that you are finally expressing who you really are and couldn't care less about what other people think about that. I want you to step into that future version of you and then imagine doing that in real time. Recording a message and without overthinking it, just clicking publish, or perhaps pressing a button to go live and just sharing whatever's on your mind. Initially, it's not about strategy and tactics, ways to game the algorithm. The first challenge is to get comfortable sharing whatever you want to share, whenever you want to share it. And I want you to think now of the low-hanging fruit in your life, the easiest things that would be the most comfortable things to record and publish. Maybe things connected to work, business-related things, or something else. So now bring that version of you even closer. That future version with you is now merging with who you are now. I want you to get a sense that you can access those future resources when you are feeling comfortable in advance, and feel that shift is already happening now. So any habits of overthinking, hesitating, questioning, speculating are already beginning to fade. I want you to get a sense that now you're just going to go and do it. Not in a reckless way, but a free, relaxed, expressive and clear way. And when you're ready to create, this feeling will return instantly. You will take pride in just sharing whatever you desire to, and wherever the chips fall, so be it. Because you're not just showing up, you're stepping in. And I want you to feel that the world will experience a ripple effect of your message, your inspiration, or your thoughts and ideas. And now I want you to imagine 2 years from now, where you've created a significant audience, a following, a community or a tribe. And I want you to get a sense that people are now looking to you for your thoughts, ideas, your take on things. And I want you to get a sense of what value that would give to your life. Would it make you feel more of a leader, someone that is creating trends and narratives, maybe a thought leader, I want you to get a sense that maybe this large audience can be monetized, or maybe that's not the point. Maybe it's just that feeling you get, almost like an old town crier sharing a message with people that may want or need to hear it. It's time to leave this place within your imagination, but you return with a drive, a desire to start sharing more of your life in ways that feel authentic and genuine and natural with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.